Welcome to our first chapter of section 1, and here we're going to learn about the very basic, that is about what is locust, right? So as we all know, locust is basically an performance measurement tool or framework, right? So in by definition, locust is an easy to use, it's event based, scriptable, that means you can really write the scripts or program for that, and scalable, extendable, and distributed performance testing framework. So I'm not saying is that as a tool, rather it's kind of a, you can say the Python library or a framework using which you can create your own custom test performance framework for your test application and the test. So here if you see in layman terms, so this is your application under test. So throughout our all sections we're going to use this specific URL, that is automationpractice.com. And how locust works, so it will give you the flexibility to create lots of users or hatch users as per your requirement, and those users will do certain activities on your application under test, right? And eventually locust will give you out of the box analytics. So it's not like a real in-depth analysis as per se, but it's enough to see your kind of aggregated results for your REST calls or other kind of client calls. So the feature wise, it's very easy to write your test scenarios in plain Python classes. So if you compare with JMeter or other tools which give you kind of a UI, but creating all those user scenarios as per your application is quite complex, right? But here, if you know Python, so by the way, you need a really Python background, programming background to learn Locust in depth and explore. So if you know Python, it's really easy to like formulate your use cases and write your own classes. It's distributed and scalable. What that means, like you can actually connect lots of client and server kind of architecture where you can distribute your load and your test scenarios, right? In that way, supports hundreds of thousands of users in a single machine, which is not really a possibility with your JMeter, because Locust is using a lightweight process which is called a grain event, and that is going to help you to create lots of uh, users from us sitting on a single machine. It's a web-based UI. It's available to start your run to see what's happening on the fly, and it's hackable. So this is kind of a docs, main docs where you can go to learn about locals, how to install and other things. So have a quick look on that. So if you see here, this is the URL. I'm here, so you can see the clear all the documentation available. So though it's not give you the complete picture of how to create a real test framework out of that, but it is enough to give you get started, like all the basics things. What about the user classes, mainly this part. I mean, feel free to though I'm going to cover all of these topics in my next section and chapters, but you feel free to just have a look of this just on a basic level before you move on to the next chapters, right? So yeah, nothing much as of now. So we'll see each and everything in our consecutive chapters. But this is about a locust. It's nothing but a Python library which we are going to use to create our end-to-end performance framework for testing the load or the stress testing. Okay, let's see you in the next chapter. Bye.